From Riverside Lanes in Mount Vernon here for the title matches of today's JBT event. 2 days long and 2 people standing in each division. Should be a great battle here in the scratch division between superstar Bud Sicard and super senior Tyler Coates. Give this guy credit for that line immediately. There he is. Try and get in a couple words about Max's weird, wild, wonderful weekend here. Over to the right, we'll have a female handicap titleist as Tiana Richard, the top seed, going up against Peyton Bauer, who's won 2 matches in a row to get here. Delaying the Via Holes trip back to Idaho because Peyton and her will play for the girls' scratch title after this. Couldn't do it yet because Peyton keeps winning matches. Tiana took the lead from Aiden Long in the 4-game semifinal set, bowled an extra game today. She has yet to strike in the title match. After back-to-back opens, she's got a tough one to shoot at here in the 5th as well. She is getting 25 pins of handicap, however. Not mine. They just left it there. Advertising. Meanwhile, Bud goes up super high after they traded first frame strikes and lucky to leave only the 7. And unfortunately for Richard, it is a 3rd consecutive split non-converted and a big early advantage for Bauer. It was Bauer versus Long, but in the last match, but not McConnell versus Hunter. It was Peyton versus Aiden, and she won that game. And got by Logan Winchell in the first game of handicap, 4-9, giving her trouble here. Sitting in 12th heading into the weekend in handicap points. Would love to get up to 5th, get that invite by, but that's actually doable. 5th right now, Ewan Oster at 5:14. She enters the weekend at 4:50, so yeah, very doable with still all these points today and then Triangle's points to come. This is not only a match for 1st and 2nd place today between Bud and Tyler, but 1st and 2nd in points overall, as Bud has a 7-point lead over Tyler in our season-long points heading into today. And there's bonus points for things like high game and round leader in addition to everything else, so the winner of this match won't necessarily have the points lead, but certainly have a leg up on it. Points leader after 2 Sundays from now is Bowler of the Year in the Northwest. Tyler's been at this a while, as you can tell by that salad all over his face. I know beards are the thing and everything, but beard plus mask is a weird look to me. See the good buddies kind of friendly banter going on at the same time. Usually that helps high scores too. It has been a low-scoring weekend. Statue of Liberty lean pattern, but it is finally, and it has taken all day and a lot of games, finally broken down into a look that is really near both these bowlers' A games. They love to stand deep, high rev, high tilt games. And they've kind of created some hold to the left and some hook to the right, but not that much, as this string ends at 2. Richard looking just for a mark at this point. I have a much more makeable spare here. Tiana enjoying the home cooking en route to the top seed. This is her home house. Dad's been working hard all weekend for us. This will be her best JBT finish regardless. She has 2 WYBT titles. 16-year-old from right here in the Mount Vernon area. And there's the spare she's been looking for. She trails by 33, but gets 25 of those pins back, so still a 1-mark match over there in handicap. Looking back for a little assistance. And what do I do now? Perfectly fine. Dad sneaking in, watching over there. See Bud now in front of the ball return. Tyler was on the right-hand lane earlier in the match. I haven't had a chance to look if he's doing it this time. Talked about his equipment right before the match. That green ball that he's throwing is his smoothest overall. The blue one that he started the match with is his strongest overall. So interesting, he went to a generally weaker ball, but stepped further in. He's trying to keep that ball riding that oil line as long as possible. Statue of Liberty, a interesting pattern. Very long and flat in the middle. Very short and flat on the outsides. Richards cross lane at the 6-10, and she's got it. First 2 consecutive marks. Riverside is happy. Speaking of, huge thanks to Chris and Mr. Richard and the whole team here for having us. It's my first time here in quite a while. Evan's had the last couple tournaments in Mount Vernon, so happy to personally pay a visit here to a extremely friendly, tournament-friendly center. 24 laner, 16 on this side, 8 on the other. And you see that weaker ball never reacted on the left-hand lane, just faded all the way through for a bucket. Peyton's got a right side spare to deal with, and she does not have it, so all of a sudden the lead belongs to Richard. Yikes. Tricky spare. Bud's going to go straight at it with plastic. That's generally the way to do it on the harder lane patterns. I approve of that decision, and Bud approves of that conversion. Mac, do you have anything you'd like to report about this weekend? I'll keep the camera on page.
I have a word of advice.
Do you now? I would love to hear Matt Corrin's word of advice.
If you lead a squad,
yes,
don't re-enter.
Could you say that one more time for the camera?
If you lead a squad, don't re-enter. I lost $60 doing that.
He really did.
And 30 pins.
He really did. You didn't miss the finals by 30 though, right?
No, by 100.
Oh, okay.
A little better.
You could re-enter 2 more times if we let you. Look out. Wow, so Bud goes to a weaker ball. Tyler's sticking with the ball he's used all the time. That's the second straight time that ball has stood up way too early. And this time pays the ultimate penalty with the church. Yikes. Thrilling semifinal match you got by Paul Rosales, 240-something to 230-something. They both couldn't miss in the last game. A solid 8 proved to be Rosales' downfall viciously. Keep that in mind later on in this match. You see, you just threw away 2 more pins. A count there by only going 1 off the church. Ah, and Tiana gets the Brooklyn hit to carry. Leads by 5, strike working, 2 frames to go. First title in sight. Let's see what moves Coates makes. See how he's playing his feet are way up on the approach, even on the left lane. About 50-50 that bowlers do that. He's basically pretending that he's against the ball return on both lanes, so his footwork stays the same on either lane. Right over the 6th arrow. And that ball stands up again on him. Doesn't have much further left to go with that ball. Be a hand position change or a ball change at that point. Tiana just begging for that Brooklyn strike, doesn't get it. Nothing but invitationals the rest of the season, Max. SoCal next week, Northwest the week after, and Southwest the week after. Hard and straight as well at the spare. Great job there. Tyler chasing not only bowler of the year but history. He has stated he would love to catch Ryan Nicholas's title record here in the Northwest of 19. That is hard for these guys to do because they're sort of geographically stuck over in a corner up here. I believe every single one of Ryan's 19 was in Northwest events. About a half dozen ahead of Kent, Weir, names like that. Ah, nice shot from Peyton as she fights back. It's still a 5-pin match, but now she has the strike working heading into the 10th frame. That's Tiana's scoreboard there. That's as far as I can zoom, sorry. And that's Peyton's scoreboard on the right. And she's, again, giving 25. So Bud went flush last time, but then almost 4 nines, and that's the weaker ball. Interesting. And so the lanes got really nice in the semifinals and stayed that way through the ladder, but it looks like what was nice is starting to go away, really. Sometimes that goes away quick, too.
They went through like 4 different trends.
Oh, yeah. High volume and high porous bowling balls will do that. Meanwhile, Bauer gets that 10th frame strike. That's huge. She retakes the lead. 7,200. And she can shut out with this strike right here. Boy, that match turned on its ear. This is for a title. Wow, you betcha. I believe it's in the Bauer blood. Hunter, Peyton, whoever else. They are finishers. And I think it's 6 spins to win, right? That would be 196. Yep, and that would do it. 6 would win. Bud moved deeper and stayed with the green one. Yeah, boy, all of a sudden everybody going high over in scratch. That's going to be an interesting finish, and that is the 8th that Peyton Bauer needs to win the title. Well, that's 1 win on the weekend. Now we'll go over and play Miss Hull for the girls finale. She's collecting high fives over there. What a performance. Tough one to swallow for Tiana. She bowled fantastic this afternoon to climb up to that #1 seed. It looked like Aiden was going to run away with it, and instead she came up with scratch games of 152, 157, 237. That was the big damage, and 139 on her 138 average to leap past Aiden. That's all for naught now, unfortunately for her. But with the trickiest non-split out there, the dreaded 36910. Covers it nicely. Now for Tiana, it's all for show here, but let's strike out anyway. Ah, rats. She'll bowl way over average, 160. Just Peyton with the excellent finish to take it away. So Tyler had been more in front of the bowler. Now that's about where he's been earlier. So you can't really see it very well from here, but he's going to take the same number of steps, but his first 2 steps are going to be like a ½ inch each. 6-0 again. Oh, that's frustrating. Now it doesn't get there. Boy, everybody had miss room left and right, and now all of a sudden they don't have either one. Oh, bowling, you difficult, tricky game. Tiana gets a big hand from the home house crowd, as she well should. 198 to 185 is your finale over there. Great stuff. We'll see if Peyton can make it 2 wins in about a ½ hour. And we'll see what these scratch boys can figure out too.
Awesome. I'm going around the camera.
Hold that.
We needed some commentary.
Never mind.
Let's take that re-rack. We're all wrapped up in the handicap division. Your runner-up, it's your career high JBT finish, Tiana Richard. Getting that double in the 10th to take that title today, Peyton Bauer. Nathan's going to slide over to 1 and 2 and try and make it 2 titles in the weekend. As she and Nevaeh are going to play for the girls scratch title. Got a 180, bud?
No, kind of my strike is two gutters.
I can't hear you.
Kind of my strike is double gutter.
Oh, well, you know, you shouldn't have reacted then. You know, what do you want?
Everybody's been asking if there are spins against you all day long.
No, I'm good. I can't
All right, so Coach struck but went mega high and got lucky to do so. Bud struck and I didn't see the shot, I'll be honest. So what is it? He trails by 8. Both bowlers have strikes working, heading into their 8th frame. 8th frame should be a good finish here. Not the high scoring finish I predicted. As you see, Bud is blocking from Peyton from even practicing. He's very near the one board of lane 2.
Peyton Howard in the tree.
That's right. And that goes high. Yikes. There's actually plenty more left to go with your feet, but they're both laying it down about as far left as they're comfortable with, especially Tyler. 7th arrow isn't really a realistic line to play. 6th is about it. See who can figure this out quickly enough. First double may win. Nice job with the spare. This is Coach to retake a 1-pin lead if he can catch what would be a giant double here in the 8th frame. Oh yes, great shot from Coates.
Ready for everything?
Tyler did get that 1-pin lead to make it 11. You can figure out the left lane as well. I gotta move my camera left just to catch him. Hold the shot. There, he refound the hold. Boy, Bud has been tough to catch. In stepladder format, you kind of got to win the tournament twice. He's already won it once by lapping the field. Bud qualified at plus 292 after 9 games with 30-pin bonuses for the last 4. We compare that with Coates, second at 161, so big lead heading in, but you got to find a way to win game number 10. And if not, this will not be a memorable day for him. These guys are competitors, and second place through the end is last to these guys. Get it! Ooh, my goodness. Excellent shot, blistering messenger right in front of the 10. Hold on, twister pins. Don't have many houses with twisters up here. They can send some fiery messengers. Are there any other twister pin houses in the Northwest? Is it? I haven't been to Crosley in a long time. Alright, has his spare. He can strike out for 204. Coach with 9 spare strike for 205. So must get down to the 10th, but still hasn't learned to re-rack up on the screen, not on the machine, so I gotta go again. See ya. I grew up on these machines, so I find them very easy to work with. These kids are like, oh. Tyler watches on his bud. Must have this to stay alive. No, are you kidding me? Oh. A messenger 10 and a ringing 10 pin is gonna be a disappointing end to his day. I did say first double wins, I called that right.
You never know, coats may go gutter.
If he does, it would be the left gutter that he would hit. Oh dear. Now Coates can go double gutter if he feels like it. Boy, after 2 days of total dominance, he's going to end unhappily. But these guys are good buddies and knowledgeable, and they're already talking about about adjustments they're making. I like that. The difference might be that Tyler had the only ice cream out of this machine earlier today, and I'm gonna grab his last shot and talk about this because there's an ice cream machine to the left of my check-in desk, and I've been waiting all weekend for someone to plunk a 5 into there and see what happens, and it did not disappoint. F10's plenty, so Coates wins title number 13, 6 behind Ryan Nicholas as that countdown continues. So here's the deal, everybody. Okay, yeah. So. Look at this bad boy. I mean, all weekend long, I'm wondering what is what's the dark side and Persian rose and this giant ice cream machine just sitting there, and it was ignored. Really? Are you serious? Really? Oh, I'm so excited. Look, listen, it's talking.
Select a product. We'll go 8 cents. We're going to go to the dark side.
Mr. Wilcox headed to the dark side. Now. So for $5, I expect the show. See, she's been wondering all weekend too. So she's look at that! Look, the lid opened.
Oh my God!
Look at this. And then that robo arm comes down, and we're just gonna wait a second. I love it. I love it. Now see, here's a little disappointing because I thought there'd be like Do Hoon Kwan would come out of here now or something, but instead, oh, wait a second. Ice cream machine fail. We're gonna do what? There it goes again. This is new.
Oh, you're getting the chocolate?
You got a twofer. Well, nothing happened the first time.
If it gives me the chocolate. Just remember my title has to an ice cream match.
Oh, you are not headed to the dark side, Mike. I don't know.
What the heck?
Up. Is it going again? What?
Oh, it's moving to the forward one now.
It could make ice cream at this point.
Oh, it's got something. It's got something now. See?
The people from Sweet... Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this bad boy!
I'm kind of disappointed now. I was really hoping it was going to be like...
Expected a laser show and,
something.
Oh.
All right, Jeff, what flavor do you want?
No, the show is what mattered to me.
All right, the hype is over. We now know.
It just seems to me like after all that fuss and a robo arm, they could have just stacked them up in a machine and plunked them out of there like a regular
Kids,
Sweet Alchemy, ladies and gentlemen.
and that's what we have inside.
That is a free plug, Sweet Alchemy. If you're watching this video, P.O. Box 20011, Seattle, Washington, 98102.
We'll see what it's like.
That's right.
It's expensive practice.
Oh, that added time to the video. It's a 25-minute video, 5 minutes of that ice cream. Well, what the heck? Let's catch our ladies here since, fortunately, I can't waste any film this way, so. How many titles is that for Peyton? That's why I didn't say a number.
2.
Just the main thing titles. 2 of them. I was gonna say that. I should have trusted myself. So this is the girls' scratch title match. We are patiently waiting for Peyton to lose, and she absolutely did not cooperate there at all, winning 3 matches to grab the handicap title. both of these girls got there based on their scratch performance, even though Peyton bowls in the handicap division. They had the high scratch total at minus 78, I think, for qualifying, something like that. Peyton in the 1-teens-ish. I think she might have herself a yellow scorecard starting real soon. Tricky Statue of Liberty, still a ton of oil to the left, and Peyton not with the high rev rate, so that will happen if you're missing that area. And you try and adjust off it, and it goes right through the nose. Yay, bowling. That's what these kids have been fighting all weekend long. Better shot at the spare and has it. This is the second time these ladies have played against each other, and it was Peyton winning in Salem?
Not by much.
Not by much, but yes. That's about as good as my memory gets anymore at this point to pull that one out. Each of them have a legitimate shot at girls bowler of the year. Each conference has scratch, handicap, girls, and U17 bowlers of the year and all-star teams. See, try and square up a little and right through the schnoz. She says, okay, okay. Good form, cross lane, no hook, right at that 6-pin, and has it, and it has a 1-pin deficit as a result. Peyton, the lone Bauer bowler this weekend, as Big Brother had a massive argument with the pressure washer, and the pressure washer won. Pressure washer 1, Hunter 0. He'll be back soon. Wow, nice ball from Hull, but couldn't get the 10 out, and will be all dead even through 6 if she can convert. 3 different chances to make the cut this weekend.
I missed all of them.
She squeezed in. I swear I didn't know you were standing right there. I don't know how to promise it, but I promise I didn't realize you were right there.
Hey, you're right.
She made it on the number her second time. Other people struggled a little bit, but we'll get their act together real soon. I am utterly sure of it. Duke irritated the crowd by trying 2 fingers today, perfectly legitimately. Complain, you shot 150, I'd be thrilled you went. Decent shot, just didn't get around the corner there. And I hate 4-8s. I think a 4-8 is almost as hard as a 3-6, 9-10 because you're crossing a weird portion of the lane. You help it just a little bit and you chop this stupid thing and you give it just a pinch and it slides by. I hate 4-8s, Duke. See if she shows me how to do it. That's how you do it, atta girl. You see how close that is to just whizzing right by the 4.
Don't miss 9 pins like me either. I missed 2 of them in a row.
Bad idea.
Yep.
Very bad idea. Peyton with that clutch double to win the handicap title over Tiana. Just wants to fill frames right here as much as possible. $6.10 for it. We almost saw this guy in the title match. He had the solid 8 from Hades to let Coates sneak through. No problem at all with the 6.10. 3 frames to go on a Sunday afternoon from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is, maybe 50 miles from South Sound, and I'm wondering how many days it will take to get home. But she was just full of body language on that one. She let it go and gave the what the heck motion, then it was push, 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 push motion. In the end, a not so bad 4-pin for her. confident spare. Let's see what Ms. Hull can pull out here. Trails by 8 with the spare working into 8th. Joining us from Idaho for a couple tournaments. Happy to have her. Let's see some more Idahoans.
That's a lot.
A lot was right. Drops a couple pins a count and has another obnoxious spare to shoot at. I also hate 245s, Duke.
I hate the 2, 4, 5, 8 even more.
They're no fun either. I have a long list of hateful spares.
Right?
That's another nice job. Perfect that time.
One more.
I did a good job remembering the name, but the spelling was an issue as it's a unique one, and I sat there staring at it until she explained the obvious to me. Can any of you guys figure it out?
Yep.
Did you figure it out before being told?
Yes.
Dang it. It's heaven backwards. And I should have known that.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. I should have known that because we've had a few over the years. Kid who bowls main event every year, and his name is K. Surdy Santos. He'll be thrilled if he watches this video that I'm talking about him. K. Surdy, K-C-I-R-D-E. And I just stared at that forever. Who the heck would name their kid? It's Edric backwards. His dad's name is Edric. That one took a while to figure out. Oh, nice shot again from Peyton. She'll lead by 10 heading into the 10th if she spares it up, but it's Hull sitting on that strike in the 9th. That's the reverse scenario. That was advantage Bauer last time because she had the strike in the 9th. This time it will be the other way around. First things first, convert this corner pin. Well done. Two very good spare shooters here, as the ladies often are. They don't always have the big power games of some of the guys, but they often fill frames way better than some of the power players. And the tougher the lane pattern is, the more that tends to pay dividends. Anybody's game, she can max at 180, Nevaeh can max at 180. See who's got it in the 10th. Well, pins everywhere. Oh, it's gone! Huge for two reasons, because she holds the count on the spare. That's giant. They both have the same count number, 0. And of course, gets that first strike in the 10th. That was a twister pin strike, kids. See if she can take advantage of that giant break. That's a better shot. Better shot, but flat 10. Spare here is key. The spare makes her double. If she misses this, she can win with only 1 strike in the 10th. That's why that first strike was so vital. Oh no, she's gonna miss it. That makes life a little easier on Nevaeh. 169, she finishes at. Strike 9 spare. We have a tie, and we'll bowl 5 more games to determine the winner. Just kidding. JK. It'll be a 1-shot roll-off if that happens to happen. Anything less than a strike on this ball, and Peyton will pull the doubleheader on the day. Pretty good ball.
Oh, Gary!
Ooh.
Hey, you're all right. That's okay.
Everybody in her corner thought that looked good. I did too, and then it, I mean,
A little bit slow.
it looked like a nice adjustment off the 2-4, the 2-4-5 or whatever it was, and it just didn't happen. Well, we've had one very famous Greek church made on camera this year, Ms. Laredo.
Get it. Oh!
5-2 instead.
Hey, good try, baby.
Tough finish for Hull. I know she's disappointed, but she bowled great. As did 2-time winner Peyton. What a day for the Bowers. Hunter clearly would have won both scratch titles this weekend if somebody didn't mess it up. Good stuff here. Great stuff from Riverside. We'll do it again in a couple days.